afternoon. All your Warriors float into the air here. Mackenzie Stadium, Vancouver's Heritage High, and Hudson's Bay. The Eagles flying high in the T-Wolves home opener. No better way to start an opening possession but that a lethal punt return here. Raphael Bowman, a 35-yard return to the 27, saved by the kicking net. 2 plays later, Eagles in the air. Dean Castillo scrambling. And here's a guy leaping. Mikael Gibson. Go up and get it. 25-yard score, 8-0 for Hudson's Bay. Heritage now on 4th and long, about midfield, but Mateo Verona will gladly accept the INT and getting greedy one time, chuck up a 60-yard pick six, 15-0 Hudson's Bay. Second quarter, Verona on the carry now for the Eagles. Little zig, little zag, little left, little right combination. Move the chains for a 20-yard gain. Later in that stanza, the quarterback keeper, Castillo, from 2 yards out, in for 6 more. Eagles win 53-6. Next Friday, they visit Prairie, while the T-Wolves now next go to Tacoma. Home opener for the campus papermakers. Looking to shake that funk of week 1 at Yelm. Glacier Peak in from Snohomish at Doc Harris Stadium. Camas trailed 7-0 early. That papermaker defense, though, making mulch on GP's second series. Elliott Scott beating him up, forced the punt. From there, we're here, and here is Taylor Yanni locating the crosser. Trenton Swanson at midfield, cutting to the outside and get all the way gone. 75-yard house call at the dock. We're tied. Second quarter, you better run. Chunky dunk yardage, my favorite kind. Reed Pettit, hanging on the bedroom wall. 29-yard muncher to break a tackle and move the chains to the 23. Same possession, facing 4th down and 14. Yanni, Swanson, Swan song towards halftime. Teardrop in the bucket. 14 all on the 27-yard score. Camas took a second-half lead but fell in the end, 34-28 to the Grizzlies. The Makers now head to Tacoma next Saturday against Lincoln. Friday Night Lights in Vancouver, the second of 4 straight weeks at home for Union. The Titans, that's life in Mackenzie Stadium. Yelm in town for the big-time battle, and they are a big-time squad. Union will have better days. Halftime tally, 46-0, 46-6 in the end. The Titans now play away at Mackenzie next Friday with Mountain View. We will be there. We were also there earlier in the day. A marquee non-leaguer in the Greater St. Helens League. Ridgefield, Mountain View were both thirsty after tough results in week 1. First quarter, MVHS, got a little pass play here. Mitch Johnson, the quarterback from his own 23. Looking good in the greens, finds the receiver, J.J. Thompson, wide open in the flat, worked that side for a 77-yard thunder strike. Mountain View up 7-0. Later in that opening quarter, sputters on the dig. On the 5-yard line, you plow on in. Logan DeBeaumont unfurls to Isaiah Cowley. We're tied at 7. Second quarter, Thunder on the march downfield. Porter Drake can stir up the goods from the bottom of the cup. Zig, you zag, you near towards the sidelines. Knocked out of bounds right in front of our own Paul Strunk. Love that kid. 25-yard gain. He's older than me. He's not a kid. Later in the series, Johnson calls his own number, a 2-yard keep, disappearing into the pile, 14-7. Final minute of the half. DeBeaumont and Cowley connect again. A 50-cent piece on a Friday payday, straight to that bank. This one went to triple overtime. Pay the man. 26-20 Mountain View. The Herd now hosts Union for a rivalry nightcap next week. Ridgefield returns home with Hawkinson.
Prairie looking to start the year 3-0 for only the second time since 1985. And they start out by grinding it out on the ground as Alex Ford is galloping to glory to make it 7-0 Falcons. The Tigers come roaring back on this picture-perfect pass from Cameron Spencer to Noah Curry to tie the ball game up. But Prairie strikes back in a flash as Ethan Cabral grabs this short Braden slant pass, and he's gonna get gone 90 yards to the house, and it's a 14-7 ball game. Make that 21-7 at the half as it's Ford two-wheeling it in from the 4 to make it a 2-touchdown lead. Third quarter slammed to the air again as he's going deep to Aiden Miller. What a great catch, and the lead grows. Prairie's gonna slam the door late in the 4th as Slamp throws a laser to Colby Majeski, who flashes it in for 6, and Prairie explodes to the 42-14 victory.
Rivalry victories always feel a little bit better, don't they?
Oh yeah. This is a big one, and our coaches have always said, a team like this, their season could go however they want, but if they beat us this rivalry game, then they win their season. And for us to make this win, this is huge for Prairie.
Next up for Prairie, they'll look to go 4-0. But to do that, they're going to have to take down the Titans of Union, who are going to be hungry, looking for their first victory of the season. Live from District Stadium in Battleground, Washington, Craig Burnback, Friday Night Lights.
Thank you, Craig. Back to Vancouver, a double dick from the Big Back in Greater St. Helens League. 4A Union, 3A Mountain View from Mackenzie Stadium. Team 42 drew first. A tip drill from Mac here. Fingers, hands. Aiden Denbo collects it, carries it back from midfield down to the inside the 25-yard line for those blue shirts. Boy, that's a great uniform matchup tonight. After the takeaway, the Thunder put it away. Mitch Johnson, Aiden Nicholson on the hash. That's what those two guys do. They were up 7-0. After a 3-and-out by the Titans, hits the Drake here. Porter Drake to the right. Reverse field to the far side. Down to the 19. Then look who done it again. MJ to Nicholson again. Marked that down here, scorebooks a 16-yard touchdown. They connected for a trio of tugs in the first half, and it got wild late with that start in Mackenzie. Last check, 62-35 for MBHS late in that fourth. The third, Thunder and Herd now head over to Hanford. Union remains home with Prairie. The daylights from the Couve. Kent Lake down to challenge unbeaten Evergreen. Late second quarter we go. 7-0 Plainsman, when their main man, Jonathan Landry, airs his dirty laundry in the punt game. Filthy stuff. Little bleach on the block. Landry cuts it all the way in for a 50-yard payday. 14-0 Evergreen at halftime. Third quarter, back to field another punt. It is their star of the show, Landry. Follow that bouncing ball. Nearly another house call. We dropped at the 7 for a 43-yard return. 2 plays later, Jaden Crace fakes the feed and slings it over the middle to Arthur Ban, all alone. 21-3. Later third, Crace again. This time, go chase it. Go deep. Anthony Lamberth II. He would put it in first gear, and a 35-yard touchdown. Didn't see it. I know he had it. 42-9 final. Plainsman 3-0, first time since 2004. Fox 12 Chandler Watkins joins us live in the home of the Beavers now, where it was the start of 2A Greater St. Helens League competition. Chandler, who got the dub between Washougal and Woodland?
Well, both teams were coming off of losses last week, but the Beavers came in hype. But sadly, the dam just couldn't hold. The Panthers had something to prove, and the Claws were out tonight. In score, 41-9 Panthers. Woodland Beavers versus the Washougal Panthers for their league opener. Panthers received the opening kick and make quick work, putting 7 on the board, a 2-yard run by Holden B. Beavers start the second quarter with a sack by Dayton Lofgren. Panthers make another play down the field and intercepted by number 22, Landon Utter. Ball is back with the Beavers, and check out that pass to Keaton Northcutt. Another interception, this time for the Panthers. Number 11, Sam Evers with a catch and a run for a 45-yard touchdown. Washougal's Liam Atkin had a great second quarter, getting 2 more touchdowns for the Panthers into first half, 27-0. Panthers start the third quarter with a touchdown. Beavers respond with a safety, putting 2 on the board. And the Beavers aren't done yet. 22 Landon Utter for the touchdown. But the Beavers just couldn't catch up. In score, 41-9. Panthers win.
We are here at Heritage High School in Vancouver getting ready for their homecoming game against the Battleground Tigers tonight. And as you can see, we have a full house here today. So many clubs, so many teams showed up to make sure that they are ready for tonight's game. That's right. Now the guys that are going to be on the field today are the football team. So go ahead and tell me, what are you excited about most? Tell me your name first and what you're excited about.
My name is Jose Ventura, number 53. The most I'm excited about is be out here with my boys out here. We're going to dominate today. We're on a Tiger Hunt today!
I love that energy. And while we got that Tiger Hunt going, why don't we play us out, band?
Early to rise, early to play. Friday night daylights from Mackenzie. Homecoming, 3A Heritage, 4A Battleground. First quarter, first touchdown, a running play. Angel Lopez. The hole opens up wide for the 6-yard game opening score. Orange helmets up front. The Tigers went on to score on every first half possession. Cameron Spencer, Lopez, Angel wings, 16 yards and in. Spencer then moving out of the pocket, puts it to Artem Benyuk. Downfield block 2. AB, TD. Big one, 77 yards. The Tiger tail of the tape. Second quarter, Spencer once more, this time with time. Patience, a virtue, especially at quarterback. Reed Davis clocks in, 30-yard reception, 28-0 Tigers. Lopez then with the first half touchdown hat trick, getting around the edge and in. 35-0 for the sophomore, and a sophomore-laden pack of T-Wolves from Heritage. A running clock in the second. 71 points were scored, all by Battleground, as the Tigers had their second victory after snapping that 18-game losing streak earlier in the month. The nightcap from MAC, the youth of today and tomorrow. What used to be the norm, a rarity now. Union Prairie playing for the first time in 13 years. Falcons 3-0, the second time since 1985. Can't recall the last time the Titans were ever 0-3, but here they were. But they were dialed in, up 23-6 at the half. UHS, Cody Zener around the end, eventually out at the 2 for a 23-yard gain. Next snap, the quarterback at the controls. Tyson Furr dials his own number, 30-6 Union. Later third, Falcons on the ball. Quick snap fails. Braden Slamp collects and scrambles on the run. My goodness, Taylor Cabral would go with him, snagging success from the 14 for about a 22-yard gain. A wild sequence there by Mr. Slamp. Same drive, they're on the 1. Slamp gonna back up again, this one to the other Braden with a Y. Trowski. This is only a 1-yard touchdown. Slamp was back about the 20. 30-12. Fourth quarter now, the guy they call Moose for the U, Clayton Moss. 40-20 Union. They're now off to Coeur d'Alene. Prairie has a big one up in Kelso. Pump it up at Neon Night in Camas, just what the doctor ordered at Doc Harris Stadium. Another 4A, 3A competition, Greater St. Helens League, Kelso Camas. The Papermakers have Taylor Yanni. Breathes deep, goes long to the junior standout. Trenton Swanson, spread those wings and soar, baby. 51 yards for Camas. Soon 10-0, more Maker magic. Yanni to that Blair family bloodline. Zach Blair's bros played at Oregon State. Tough kid to catch that one out at the 1. 3 plays later, third down, still on the 1. Reed Tennant counts across the plane. 17-0 to close the quarter. Second quarter, Camas has bright reds at the Kelso 35-yard line. This ball goes to the Highlanders, though. Ethan Mitchell looks at the open turn and up and fielding up in front of him. What? 72 yards. Kelso on the board with a pick 6. What taketh giveth. Tennant then off the wall and into the end zone. An 11-yard score. 45-21 for the C's in red. The future and the present and the past as well. Week 5, we'll see Kelso host Prairie. The Papermakers head now to Kamiak. Feeling good on a Friday at Kiggins Bowl. 2-1 Skyview hosting last year's prelim playoff round matchup at Kamiak. Storm brewing and more doing. Up 14-0. Storm defense strips and recovers. Later in that possession, a quarterback keep by Jack Kennedy. Look out for the electrical box here. Charged it up. Kennedy, look out! Kamiak got the full Skyview salute, 48-29. Storm now get Camas for league play in 2 weeks. And we celebrated that fall equinox a night prior with a 4-game slate on Thursday.
Ridgefield loves them some Friday Night Lights. Thanks for the hospitality, everybody. And the Spudders are cooking early. You can't go wrong giving the ball to Rocco Wright. Wright skips in from the 11, and it's 7-0 home team. But here comes Washougal. 4th down, no fear. Panthers are going, and Holden B is throwing. This one lands in the hands of Jason Graham, and just like that, it's 14-7 Washougal. But Isaiah Crowley can flat out play some football. Here he is with his first TD of the day. What a catch and what a run, and we are tied. Tied until Crowley does it again. This one, he grabs and runs in from 29 yards out, and Ridgefield leads 21-14 at the break. Second half, things get wild as it's B to Graham again to tie the game at 27. Did I say tied? Well, not anymore. 1 minute left, and Jason Graham is gonna get the pick, and he's gonna get gone. Game over. Washougal wins it, 34-27. Rapids fans thinking about more than just football with a pink out on Breast Cancer Awareness Night. The Rapids offense was flowing early. Look out! Adam Watts is coming right into your living room. He's going to get the 6 points and then give us a point. Then it's the Columbia River defense who's going to take control from here, as Satchel Basquet has got a great name and mad game. He's going to get the pick and then eventually the 6 to make it 17-0. Did I say 17-0? Well, Reese Mickle says 17-0. Not anymore. Are you kidding me? Another pick 6 for the Rapids, and they go into the half up 24-0. Hawkinson had a tough night, but John Charles was not going to let his team get shut out, as he would not be denied. He dodges and rips through these Rapids to end up in the end zone. But the home team was going to go home happy tonight, as Watts is going to light up the scoreboard again, as he's going to keep it and get gone. That's number 2 for Watts, and that's a 34-7 victory for Columbia River.
Well, they were all dolled up in Battleground for a battle of the 3A GSHL. Mountain View fell to the Plainsmen a week prior. Prairie dropped a tight one at Kelso. Opening score as we do. Colby Majewski, pure magic, man. 11 yards in for 6 for the Falcons. The Thunder always rolls with Mitch Johnson. Yet another MJ TD 34-yard QB keep. 7-7 halfway through that first quarter. In the second, Colby can do it again. Majewski with a touchdown brace. A 5-yard garden variety touchdown at 14-7 Prairie. Not to repeat myself, but Colby then topped by something Mitch did, finding Kyle Chen coming across your face. 43 yards to even it again. Late first half, Mitch put some air under this one. Jacob Martin gonna love playing flyers up at recess. Tagger it. 41 yards. Thunder 37-27 for Team 42. It'll now be a Thursday game at 4:30. With Kelso and MV, Prairie will be in Corvallis for a rare late season one on Friday. And Friday late afternoon daylight from Vancouver's McKenzie Stadium, Camas 5-0 Evergreen, the 4A, 3A GSHL. Tough to score early, but the Papermakers pushed on through. Reed Tennant from the 1 made it 7-0 for the Reds. Early second, more makers on the mark from the ground and the pound. Titan Brody, remember the name. 11-yard score. Then the Camas special teams being special. Zach Blair comes from a famous bloodline of the Blair family for the Papermakers. How about a 46-yard return on the punt? Sun in your eyes. Almost the prize. From there was Taylor Yanni. Wake up. Trenton Swanson. He will. 11 yards right in front of my guy. Timberland. 42-14 Camas. Evergreen now plays another Thursday nighter next week with Heritage. Camas visits Skyview at Kiggins next Friday night. We will be there with Craig and Devin.
Skyview stormed the field with their eye on snapping that 11-game Camas losing streak. And boy, did they look good early. Jake Kennedy was doing everything right, as he calls his own number not once, but twice in the first half. And Skyview led 14-7. That's when the defense would get offensive, as Colby Turner gets the pick on the goal line, and he's gonna get gone. That's 99 yards to the house, and the Storm went to the half up 20-7. Second half, the lead grows to 33-14 as Kennedy finds Gavin Poffenroth, who streaks in from 70 yards out. Game over, right? Wrong. Camas never says die. In the fourth, they're still down 33-22 when Taylor Ione throws it up to Nico Spear, who brings it down and takes it in for the Papermakers, who are down just 5. Did I say Papermakers down 5? Well, with about 10 seconds left in the game, it's 4th down and goal from the 6. Ione says, down, not anymore. He's going to toss it to Connor Limnell, who somehow, someway comes down with it. And Camas somehow, someway comes all the way back for the 36-33 win.
About that. Hero work is hard and often thankless, but Camas High taking care of the firefighters battling the an Akia Creek fire with a free meal and ride to the game from their camps. Thankfully, those first responders getting some relief with the rain. The game of the night annually in the Clark County, of course. 4A Greater St. Helens League, Titans and the rivals Union Camas flipped for it one time. The Papermakers had that rally for the ages 1 week ago. The Papermakers like to go big along Lacamas Creek. Taylor Yanni, Trenton Swanson. The Pop Warmer kids we featured way back in 6th grade connected a 60-yard connection and yacked down to the 2-digit shooting score. Union now driving down a touchdown. Sam Spear, another one of those grade schoolers from the Camas Jets who went to nationals. Spear now a man. Fumble caused and recovered. There's T. Swans on it. Taylor knows Zach Blair is money in the bank, and Blair has that blood the makers red. 23 yards, what a grab, 14-0. Now in the second quarter for the home team, Yanni's going to be on the move to last week's game-winning touchdown hero. Connor Limnell rings the bell. 21-0 last second. That's all you got to do. Taylor has grown up so much as a kid and as a quarterback. He then keep it for himself. Made it 28-0. 49-13. Camas, the outright 4A GSHL champs, and remain home with Battleground for senior night, and draws Skyview, is who Union will get next Friday afternoon at Kickens Bowl. And a soggy afternoon from McKenzie Stadium. Prairie, Evergreen, senior night, homecoming for the Plainsmen. E-way all day. Evergreen in the red zone 3 times in that first half, but unable to recover or cover any of them. Pearson LeMay with the big-time TFL on 4th and 19. Prairie had its own issues, kind of like driving in the rain again around here. Football can be tough when wet. Jonathan Landry, skills and drills, INT for EHS. Scoreless until the final minute of the first half. Braden Slamp, Aiden Miller, doing this all season long. A dynamic duo connects from 32 yards away. 21 ticks to play, 7-0 Prairie. And it's all about how you respond, right? Well, you can't do better than this. Jonathan Landry, he is him. Slippery when wet. Kid can rip and kid can roll. And Photog, stay off the field, man. That's an 85-yard kickoff return for TD. But Prairie dampens homecoming 13-6. The Falcons now host Heritage for senior night. Kelso comes down to Mac. We could see a 3-way tie for 3rd place ahead of week 10 that postseason. Friday afternoon daylights in Vancouver. Skyview Union, the winner, pulling a direct ticket to the 4A playoffs in Washington. Curtains in the season for the other. Final play of the 3rd quarter. Storm leading 7-6. Jake Kennedy faking out my guy Clip, and he got back on it. 14-6 Skyview. 4th quarter now. Kids love screen time, you know that. Kennedy on the screen pass to Trey Jacob. That's a chain mover. And boy, on a soggy night, that is turf there, but they gotta know how to run. Kennedy can and will. 3-yarder quarterback keep for 6, 21-6 for the Storm. They'd collect some more Storm insurance too. Kennedy and Gavin Packer, 18 yards last TD of the night, 28-6 final. Storm earned the number 2 playoff bid in the GSHL. 4A Greater St. Helens League champion Camas got it done against Battleground tonight. In 3A, senior night for the Evergreen Plainsmen, who bleed, of course, green and gold. Big Blue down from Kelso at McKenzie. Bull side, 6-2. Big K, top of the district, was unbeaten. Evergreen had a 9-0 lead. A big return by Jonathan Landry, and then his big boot there by Thaddeus Pruitt. In the first quarter, 9-0 Evergreen. That's when Kelso turned it up. Judah Calixte, a huge payoff in the kick return game. 42 yards to the 47. Different angle, like that. Stay dry, guy. Same drive, Tucker Amrine finds Zeke Smith. That's beautiful. Somebody uses an umbrella. Same drive. They get in. Connor Noah, 2x2 into the arc. Highlanders down 9-7. That's when the halftime score would be, as the two sides then traded turnovers before the break. Fumbles, flags, name of the game in most spots on this night. It wrapped up just moments ago in overtime. Kelso survived 29-22, claiming that 3A Greater St. Helens League title. Playoffs next.